Broadcasting live from the Albay Pio News Center, providing you the most exclusive news updates from all over the province. This is 12 o'clock Newsbreak. In the local scene, Governor Edsel Lagman conveyed his appreciation to all Albayanos following his acknowledgement as one of the top 10 performing provincial chief executives in the Philippines this year. Governor Lagman attributed this recognition to the prevailing unity and collaborative efforts in executing various programs and projects aimed at advancing the province. He emphasized that this acknowledgement is the result of collective efforts, highlighting the inspirational role played by the people of Albay in motivating him to provide exemplary service throughout his one-year term as governor. In another story, the Albay Provincial Public Safety and Emergency Management Officer APSIMO underscores the crucial role of risk maps in disaster resilience. Dr. Cedric Daep, head of APSIMO, explained that risk maps are a fundamental requirement for developing resilient communities, serving as a tool essential for comprehensive risk analysis. He emphasized that without the map, risk analysis remains incomplete. Daep further highlighted the map's necessity for contingency and risk-informed development planning, aiding in the identification of areas requiring risk reduction to mitigate the impact of calamities. In another news, more investments are expected to come here with the Electronic Business One-Stop Shop or EBOS being implemented by the city government, which has resulted in ease of doing business. Asuncion Viñas, chief of the Legazpi City Business Permit and Licensing Office, said the electronic boss has also recently earned a commendation from the Anti-Red Tape Authority or ARTA. A team from ARTA had tested the electronic boss implementation under Business Permit and Licensing Office and found it seamless and efficient. Viñas said with the electronic boss, new business applications and renewals can now be completed within 1 day. In the national scene, the House of Representatives on Wednesday adopted a resolution strongly condemning China's illegal actions in the West Philippine Sea. House Resolution 1494, which also urged the Philippine government to assert and protect the country's sovereign rights over its exclusive economic zone or EEZ and continental shelf in accordance with the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea or UNCLOS, and the 2016 ruling of the Permanent Court of Arbitration, was approved during the plenary session. The resolution said that despite the country's arbitration victory over China's territorial claims, China has continued its harassment of Philippine vessels in Philippine territory. In another story, the revival of peace talks between the Philippine government and the National Democratic Front of the Philippines or NDFP could boost investor confidence. Dr. Froilan Calilong, director of the Local Government Development Institute, said since the communist insurgency discourages foreign investments, the administration's peace initiative with the NDFP would restore investor confidence and bring economic development. Last month, the Philippine government and the NDFP agreed to a principled and peaceful resolution of the armed conflict through the Oslo Joint Communique. In another news, the Department of Health or DOH on Wednesday reported 4 confirmed cases of Mycoplasma pneumoniae infection or walking pneumonia among recorded influenza-like illness cases as of November 25. Mycoplasma pneumoniae is not a new pathogen and it has been previously detected among local cases. Children infected with this type of pneumonia do not feel sick enough to lay on the bed to rest, thus the term walking pneumonia. Latest DOH data show that influenza-like illnesses cases nationwide started to increase during late August on Morbidity Week 34, and a higher number of cases was sustained over the next several weeks. And in the news outside the country, the death toll in Kenya from relentless El Niño-induced floods has surged to 160,000, with 529,120 people displaced from 105,824 households. In response to the escalating crisis, the government was compelled to establish 9 additional camps in Tana River County, Migori, Homa Bay, and Voi to accommodate the displaced population grappling with the aftermath of the floods. The ongoing rains in Kenya have unleashed a cascade of challenges, with widespread flooding, landslides, and mudslides wreaking havoc across the nation. Among the damaged facilities are 36 submerged schools. Finally, in the news outside the country, Europe's climate monitor said Wednesday that this year will be the hottest in record history after an extraordinary November became the 6th record-breaking month in a row. Last month smashed the previous November heat record, pushing 2023's global average temperature to 1.46 degrees Celsius warmer than pre-industrial levels. There had been warnings that this year could take the title of the hottest year from 2016, particularly after records toppled in September and October, but this marks the first time it has been confirmed. November also contained 2 days that were 2 degrees Celsius warmer than pre-industrial levels. Not one such day had ever before been recorded. And that's all for the 12 o'clock news break, December 7, 2023. We'll be right back next week for more news updates. Thanks to our 12 o'clock news break writer, Joy Duque, and on the technical side, Chad Bobis. Our Provincial Information Officer, Attorney Marilu Duca Castillo, under the supervision of our Governor, Attorney Edsel Grex Slagman. Pinch hitting for Mr. Greg Halyare, this has been your anchor for today. I am Marielла SILERIO. Thank you for subscribing.